What's up, guys? Makai Block with Limitless North. I want to talk with you about multiple YouTube channels, whether it's better to have one channel or two channels or three, and what the pros and cons of that are. So I have decided to open up a second YouTube channel. Actually, I have a couple because I do one for elevated clothing. I also do one for Limitless North. And I'm going to do a brand new one that's actually along the same content as what I'm doing for Limitless North here. It's going to be, business, entrepreneurship, sales, marketing, things like that. But the difference is I'm going to actually be focusing on teaching people sales. So I've decided to sell my Foundations of Success course in person. I'm going to be out interviewing people about what their ideas of success are, how they respond to it, what their thoughts are, how they've achieved success in their own life, and be pitching my program, the Foundations of Success, which, if you know what that is, it's everything I've learned about entrepreneurship and business owning over the course of 15 plus years of running Elevated Clothing and a couple other businesses, and then being fully immersed in personal development for the last handful of years myself. And everything that I learned along that journey that struck me when I wasn't finding success, and I learned a new principle to enact in my life or in my business, and found a way that got me real results. I put that into a program because I figured if I didn't know this stuff, there's other people out there that don't know that stuff as well. So it's success habits, it's tips, it's tricks, it's techniques, it's strategies that you can actually implement in your life to see real results and real changes in the way that you experience success, and the way that you manage your wealth, and the way that you actually build your wealth, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to be out selling my program to people on the street as I interview them about their own definitions of success, their own understandings of success, their own limiting beliefs, and we're going to discover and explore the psychology of people and where they're at with that. And so yeah, it's kind of my biggest thing that I'm working on right now is just being out consistently selling that every day. And I could easily put that on the Limitless North YouTube channel, but instead I think it's kind of a different angle. It's a little bit more of other people's opinions rather than the knowledge that I'm trying to teach you guys. And so what I want to do is create a channel specifically for that while I sell it, while I show you how sales are done, what the psychology of selling is, what selling tactics are best, and obviously what other people's responses are to that, what their responses and thoughts about success are, what their limiting beliefs are. And so maybe you can identify that as I go out and talk to everyday people in Los Angeles, California about their experience with success, about what their thoughts are with success, about what holds them back from achieving their dreams and their goals and their plans and purposes, about what their visions for their life are and what keeps them from actually pursuing those, or why they think that they can or cannot, where they've actually experienced success and what got them there, and where they have really felt held back and why that is. And so I just feel like it's such a different channel and branch of what I'm doing compared to Limitless North, even though it's the same genre. It's still success, it's entrepreneurship, it's personal development, but it's a whole different frame of reference for it. And so I'm thinking about creating a new channel for that, and it'll probably be under the Lifestyle Billionaire channel because that's what one of my main websites is. And I want people to be able to go there and see my interaction with normal people and see what I do to actually sell, so they can understand the psychology of selling and what sales tactics and techniques work. This is something that I'm very good at. I've been doing for years and years, is selling people in person, being able to identify their pain points, their emotions, and speak to those in a way that's not manipulative, but actually can address them and give them the answers that they're searching for. And one of the main things with selling is you actually have to truly believe in your product, that it is the best thing out there for people to have. And if you do that, and if you see what I have is going to impact somebody in a positive way, then you can go up and sell whatever you have to anybody, because you know that you're offering something of value to them. And so all of a sudden the fears go away, the limiting beliefs that I have go away, and I just go out there thinking, I know what I'm doing, I know what I have to offer, I know how it can benefit people, and I know that it could benefit every single person out there. So no matter who I encounter, I'm going to go sell them. Now, I may hold back from selling certain people because I can identify, well, that person just won't take the action. or that person is not going to understand what I'm saying, and so I just won't pursue certain people. But anybody I talk to about this could need and use the program that I'm offering. And so when I get into a conversation, I can fully believe in what I'm selling and what I'm offering because I know that it will add value to them. And so I could put that on the Limitless North channel, but I also think that in its own existence, it could be more impactful and more important as a unique angle for a channel. So I'm going to start a brand new YouTube channel for that specifically. Now, is it better to have one or two YouTube channels or multiple? Well, typically, if you can keep content under the same umbrella, under the same genre and the same angle, you want to just have one YouTube channel, because the more that you split your audience and the more that you split your efforts to grow multiple channels, the harder it is to gain real traction. Everything in life is exponential, and so you're going to have this flat curve until it finally takes off. And so you want to put all your effort into getting rid of the friction so that you can actually gain momentum and see an increase in what you're doing, see real momentum kick in. So if you're splitting that effort and that attention across multiple channels, it's going to be a lot harder to see that momentum happen. It's going to be a lot harder to give the amount of attention that each channel deserves and needs. And yet, I'm doing such specific things with each of my channels, and I'm committed to action on each of them, that I think that no matter what I do, all my channels are going to grow because I'm consistent with them and I'm dedicated to their growth. And so my advice to you, whether you're considering opening up a second YouTube channel, is first and foremost, think about, does the content fit under the umbrella of what your original channel is? And if it does, I would keep it under that original channel. I would just create a new playlist for it. But if it's completely different, or if it's a completely different angle that just doesn't quite fit your theme of your main account, and it's going to change the overall feel of what you're creating and kind of change the branding of it, then maybe consider a second account. But just know that having a second or a third account is going to take that much more work, that much more effort, that much more dedication to build into and actually get to grow. And so you have to be dedicated to at least one of them specifically. And if you have a second one, that's fine. You can grow it, you can build it, you can pour into it, but you have to be dedicated to really experience growth in anything in life. And so if you just create multiple channels hoping that one of them will catch on, but you're not dedicated to any of them, you're not going to see the success that you're after. So my advice to you is, first and foremost, really assess whether or not you need a second or third channel. For me, Elevated Clothing, my main business, is so different than Limitless North, so different than what I'm doing here, that it just doesn't fit. It wouldn't be the same channel whatsoever. Even if I'm teaching people how to grow a successful business with Elevated, it doesn't quite fit into Limitless North. So there's automatically two different channels. Now, with me being out interviewing people and teaching people to sell and selling the foundations of success and talking about that, it could fit into Limitless North, but it's just a different angle that I don't want to confuse this channel with. And so creating a brand new channel just around those interviews, just around selling people, I think that that's a strong enough angle of content that it can generate its own audience, it can really command its own respect, and it doesn't need to muddy up the brand that I'm doing here with Limitless North. So that's why I'm going to do two different channels with that. So, I'm dedicated to what I do here. I'm dedicated to growing all my channels, and I'm going to be consistent with them. I'm actually implementing systems to grow each of these channels. So Limitless North, I'm doing 1 to 2 videos every single day to bring you guys great content about entrepreneurship, about success, about the foundations of success, about millionaire success habits, things like that that you can really use and put into effect in your own life. And with Elevated, I'm kind of releasing a video every day with new product. You can check out all the stuff that we're doing behind the brand, the new products that we're releasing, limited products. It's an access to our audience to get the limited stuff that we do at an earlier rate than the general public. And I'm committed to that. And with this new channel, there will be a system of me doing, 5 or 6, well, probably, I think what it is I'll be out at least 3 days, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 days a week, interviewing people, talking with people. I'll be selling a handful of people every single day. So every day that I'm out there doing that, I get a handful of videos that I could easily upload on the channel that are, one, teaching my audience how to sell, the psychology of selling, the benefits of success, the focus of success, all of the things that I've learned. But also it's just interesting to see how people think about success, what their limiting beliefs are, so that you as an audience member can identify what holds somebody else back and see if maybe that holds you back as well in your own life. And it's just going to be a consistent enough thing that we do that it can demand its own channel. So I am creating a third channel. It'll be Lifestyle Billionaire, which is the website that I have. You can check it out at lifestylebillionaireclub.com. It's where I sell the foundations of success. And it'll be a really valuable channel to anybody who is an entrepreneur or a business owner looking to increase their sales. You know, typically in this day and age, we think that if we just exist online, we're doing a good enough job, but we forget that there's a real world out here that we can take our skills and our content to. And so if I can step into the real world and sell real people what I have and hear their objections and hear their limiting beliefs and hear their worries and their doubts and address those in a way that actually helps them take a step forward in their life, I'm doing so much service to them. I'm adding so much value, and it's just a beautiful thing. But we forget that we can do that in real life, and we oftentimes just get so focused on online sales and online marketing and online promotions that we don't realize that there's a whole untapped world right in front of us if we would just walk out our front door and do it. And so I'll create a new YouTube channel for that. You guys can follow along. I'll do periodic updates about that channel on Limitless North because there's cross promotion, because they're the same thing, it's just different angles. And so I don't want to muddy the waters of Limitless North, but I want to pluck into you guys and say, hey, if you're interested in learning these things or seeing these things, that's going on at that channel. Go ahead and go over there and check it out. So, you know, typically I would say good advice, stick with one YouTube channel because most people don't have the discipline to focus on multiple and actually grow multiple channels. But if you have a system in place and you're committed and dedicated to growing that system, then go ahead and start a couple, go ahead and start a few, because if you can get one channel to $3,000 a month via AdWords or whatever, you know, what's stopping you from growing 2 or 3 accounts to the same level, the same magnitude? Well, the only thing that would stop you is you yourself, your own lack of discipline of creating content, of you know, generating enough value to get people to go over there and grow those channels. But if you're dedicated to that and if you have systems in place, then by all means go grow a couple of them to get to a place where you're earning passive income on every one of your channels. So I hope that helps you guys. Hope it adds some value to what you're looking to do. If you want to grow multiple YouTube channels, really consider whether or not it's worth splitting up your content, or if you can keep all of your content under one umbrella, because the more content you produce, the more consistently you do it, the more your channel is going to grow. But if it absolutely needs to be distinct, then go ahead and create a couple of different channels, but just have a system in place to grow both of them consistently. So I hope that helps you guys. I'm Makai Block with Limitless North. Hope you're having a great weekend. God bless you guys. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.